Hello again. This is Fossilsaurus here. I was trying to adjust the camera so I could get a better view of what you're seeing, and I accidentally turned it off. So this is going to be a two-parter. I guess part one was generally about the Hell Creek Formation, and part two is going to be about the fossil. I was trying to move the holder so I could see what you're seeing. You can see now. You can see how thin the outer layer of these bones are, and that is the tell for pterosaurs. Nothing else has bones that are that thin, because nothing else needs to have bones that are that thin to be able to cut down on weight in order to be able to fly. Now, by itself, these would not be strong enough for anything to live with, but they had strands going like directly across, like 90-degree angles everywhere, directly across from one spot to the other everywhere, like spider webs, which from the side were unbelievably weak, but had very strong, they were very strong against compressive forces in that direction. So that keeps the bones from crunching in. And that is the only way that pterosaurs were able to fly, because that's the only way that they were able to have thin bones and to be able to make weight, as it were. Now, while I've been looking at this, I've noticed something very cool. You can see it right there, a perfect little round indentation. That has got to be a little tooth mark. By the way, that was a break. Somebody glued it together. Somebody either glued it together or it just was a break in fossilization, and they didn't want to clean off all the matrix because they were worried about it breaking. It happens. Oh well. Especially with bones like this. I mean, geez, can you imagine things like this never breaking? So I absolutely love marks of life, and you might say, "Oh, that's a bite. That's part of death right there," but it's a snapshot of life. It's something having grabbed this. Maybe that it was scavenging. Maybe that grabbed it out of the air or grabbed it to kill it. You don't know, but it's a snapshot of something happening. It's not just this dead animal lying there. It's part of a story. And as I turn it over a third way, I believe you could see there are three, actually four little, let me see if I get 1, 2, 3, and then there's a fourth one right there. Little marks that, and actually there's one that barely visible at all, like a tooth that barely started going in at all, right there. So those match up very well with that. So I'm going to say that this was predation, which is very cool because I did not know that about this. I was not told that about this, and that's one very cool thing about looking very closely and studying what you have, is you can come across very, very cool things like that without knowing it. So it's a very fun thing to really check your stuff out. I do that a lot on, I mean, it's very easy on bigger things, like a little pterosaur like this. A giant toothed animal is not going to go after it, so you would have to look for tiny little teeth. But when you're talking about like a plesiosaur femur that's a foot long, you're gonna see scratches or significant dents in it. A little bit easier to see. So usually people are going to tell you about those, but I completely understand why why nobody saw this. Because bones will sometimes just have little marks and so on anyway. It's just the way it is. But perfect little round things and perfect marks, especially if there are multiple ones lined up, that is not normal. Scratches and things can happen to fossilized bones, and dents can happen too. So there's other things. It's not 100%, but a lot of the time, marks like that are a good sign of there being predation or something. Sometimes you can find cancer, like cancer growth, just diseases and stuff like that. Shark teeth are known for that, like having odd growth. Oh God, I can't think of the term for it, but that's probably the thing you're most commonly going to come across that has biological problems with it like that. Usually when you have a bone with, like a dinosaur bone that had cancer or something, it's gonna be very, very obvious, very weird looking. It's not common, and in a lot of cases it'll be a scientific study and it won't be in a private collection. It could be, of course, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry this got split up into 2 videos. I really hate the holder that I have. It makes it impossible to see what I'm always holding. That's why it looks like I'm holding things to the right. Well, because I am, because I'm trying to hold it. I'm trying to center it to the screen, but I need to remember I need to center it to the camera. But then the holder blocks that side, like, so I can't see up here. So, like, yeah. So anyway, sorry. Yeah, you don't have to know all that. Anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate you watching. I hope you guys will give me likes and subscribe. That's always, it's always a very positive thing that I would love to see. As I mentioned in my last video, not part 1, but my last video before this, a little bit of personal affairs, which I hate. I hate doing this. I do not like doing this at all, but it's very important. I have a friend who had quite a traumatic time growing up, and he is trying to take somebody to court who has given him a lot of trouble throughout his life. And I'm not going to go too much into it, but I'm going to leave a link. I would just ask for you to read the GoFundMe. I hate even asking anybody to fund, but I would like to ask at least that you read it, and at least that you pass it on Facebook or something like that, just to get it out there. A great person did not deserve. I'm not going to go into it, but it's a sad story, and it's, I don't want to, I just sound like a superhero, like it's time justice is served or something, but I'm gonna stop now. You go ahead and read it if you want. I hope you do, and I hope that you'll pass it on Facebook or wherever else one would pass it, on Twitter, I guess. So but thank you very much for watching my video. Again, sorry it broke into two parts. I still am not up to my usual status quo, so it may be time in between my videos. I'm very happy that it's only been like a couple days in between videos. I was expecting it to be like a week or two sometimes. So I'm very happy with how it's been going, and I hope it doesn't get any any more splayed out than this. So thank you very much. You guys mean a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch, and I hope to see you at my next video.